Hi, Mike. Okay, let me just wait for Jana to come in. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome. Hey, we made it.
Yeah, we did it, and I saged, and so I'm gonna cough a lot.
There you go.
Yeah, and I got the owl feather looking at everybody.
See?
Have you seen that owl with the owl face on there? It's crazy.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Oh,
You see?
that's beautiful. See? Protection for all
Yeah,
of us.
yeah. He's gonna watch everybody.
Yes. Okay, let me just see what's going on here. Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome.
Oh, hi Dylan. Hi Maya. Hi
Oh,
Jessica. Hi
Lisa.
Roseanne.
Yeah, Lisa didn't work with you for some reason. We gotta try again. Yeah, Laura. Yeah, it is. It's been a long time coming, actually. Me and Janet wanted to go live together already, but for some reason we always end up just having the silly private conversations, I guess, off camera.
Yeah,
It's about time.
there's no
Oh,
witnesses that
yeah,
way.
not that we say anything wrong. Do you wanna give the first kick? Do you wanna start?
Oh, I'm gonna let you
Shoot
start
us?
because this is your show. I'm just a
Yeah,
guest. I do want to
yeah,
talk. I am drinking raspberry leaf tea, quite beneficial for those that are experiencing sacral chakra symptoms. I notice like with the cramping and stuff, energetically, we're all clearing this out. It's an old
yeah.
feminine wound. It's going to take some time. So if you are feeling like a lot of sacral energy clearing, raspberry leaf tea can help you immensely. And I mix a peppermint tea in it too, and it helps get all of that out of your body. Like it helps it energetically.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I do use a peppermint tea though. I love it.
I like it.
Yeah, yeah. And it does help. And I'm also having a lot of cramping as well. Yeah, Janet is already cracking me up. Okay, so basically, we wanted to bring some soul power to all of you today.
And I'm wearing
Empower
my
you.
Batman shirt.
I
Just so.
mean, doesn't get
Just
any
kidding.
doesn't get any better than that.
Yeah.
No, but we just wanted to bring some love, some faith, some soul empowerment, and to more than anything, to help you trust your intuition, use your discernment. What we're going to talk in here, it's absolutely my truth and Janet's truth. It doesn't have to resonate with everybody, obviously. So take that into account. Use your own discernment. But we really thought that this was an important message that we needed to bring out now, more than ever before, I would say. I do not had a really good experience in the past for talking about other perspectives on spirituality and the way other people teach spirituality out there. I am not going to call anybody out. I'm not going to offend anybody. This is not a personal attack to anybody. This is just my view and Janet's view on how the collective is at the moment, how we can protect ourselves and use our discernment to stay on track, to stay on mission, right?
Yeah.
So having said that, I would now give the word to Janet so she can kick in.
There's a couple questions that I kind of want everybody to ask themselves in this, especially when the world is waking up. A lot of us are getting the fire under our ass is getting hotter, and we don't
Yeah,
know what to do with that, right?
yeah,
So I know I advertise this as we're going to talk about some psychic abilities today, and what I really want to talk about is like what is the reasonable expectation of privacy for your divine masculine? How far is too far? You guys saw me do that video yesterday. I'm not going to talk about the archetypes at all, but when it comes to connecting with the divine masculine soul essence, who is you and you are him, there are some things that we kind of cross the line in. And there's a couple things that I have come to find out in my journey, and having Eric with me here too, is that anytime that he separately came to me as a separate embodiment, whether that be in dream space or whether that be in meditation or in daydreaming space, I noticed that that didn't come from the 5D. That came from the high heavens of the 4D, if it's pure, if it's a true message. And I think this is where a lot of confusion comes in with all of the information that's out there about the difference between 3D, 4D, and 5D. In 5D, I just want to make perfectly clear, when you're having twin flame communication with your 5D selves, you're already merged into one being. So I know you and I had discussed this on the phone earlier. Sometimes it might sound like your voice, but it wasn't your information. It didn't, it might sound like you. It might look like you. It might smell like you. But they're trying to show you this is definitely coming from the 5D because it's instant manifestation there. And it's instant, you're already one being. And so when he comes to us in his human soul expression, right, his physical expression, it's coming from the fourth dimension. Now, whether that's the low heavens, the mid heavens, or the high heavens, it totally depends upon the message. But a lot of people, there's a lot of information out there that says, oh, the 4D is yucky and nasty. You can't trust anything in the 4D. Well, then you're telling me that 4D, thoughts and emotions are not real, because that's multidimensional and that's fourth dimension right there. Thoughts create reality, right? So we cannot turn our backs on the 4D. We have to educate ourselves about the 4D and learn how to work with it. The reason why it's become mucky and nasty and gross in there and full of demons and trickery and shapeshifters and shit is because the dark saw that this is the bridge. This is how we anchor in 5D into 3D. And what better way than to create all of these concertina wire, barbed wire fences with all of this shapeshifter, negative, nasty, mucky energy in the 4D. So this is where us light workers are being called to actually go in there more and clean it up.
Clean it up. Absolutely.
If you want union, honestly, if you want union, you got to get used to 4D astral travel and 4D communication. You have to get to discern the difference between what's 4D and what's not. That way, you can easily transcend things and jump over and destroy those barbed wire fences and concertina wires. With that being said, I'm going to get off my soapbox about that because I come from a Native American background and we have a very strong connection to the outer worlds like that and walking in those outer worlds. Now, there's a couple psychic abilities that come to me that are red flags that I see, and you might not resonate with this or not. I'm going to go into the history of this. I did some research, but one of the things that always on my journey when getting readings with people who advertise their gifts as remote viewing. And this is why I started off with saying, what is the reasonable expectation of privacy? When is it, when you're remote viewing somebody, when are you crossing the line and actually violating their free will? So we don't want to be in the shadow side of the feminine where we're tricking Osiris into having sex with us so we can have Anubis as a baby. I mean, that's what happened. Osiris was tricked by Nephthys. She represents the shadow side of the feminine so that they would co-create because Set couldn't have babies. So she co-created with Osiris and eventually created Anubis. And so this is the shadow side of the feminine, her manipulativeness. She tricked herself into looking like Isis to him. Okay? This is where we get into energy manipulation. And I'm really passionate about this because remote viewing was not something that I did some research on it. The U.S. government has used it in the 1970s called Project Stargate, if you want to look into that. They actually looked at, and I'm going to go into that, Ashley. She asked what remote viewing is. And by definition, remote viewing mixes astral travel and clairvoyance to gather info about a distant or non-local place, person, or event. It's basically taking a target and focusing on that target with unwavering focus and energy, putting all your energy towards that, and then collecting information from that in real time. And you could go travel in other, the past stuff. And yes, Wayne, the government uses remote viewing. And we all know that in the United States, the government's not exactly of love and light. So I'm like, okay, so why are they picking up on this? The clear difference that I saw between natural clairvoyance and remote viewing was that remote viewing is trained. It's a trained thing, whereas natural intuitive abilities that we all have, it's a natural occurrence, so we can gather information. So remote viewing is actually projecting yourself to your divine masculine spy on him, essentially. And we don't want to create karma in this. I find remote viewing, I guess it just depends on what your intention is. Now, I know we had talked on the phone too. If you're going to use remote viewing to go visit the peaks of the Himalayan mountains to communicate with Buddha, great. You're using it for a good cause. But if you're using it to gather intel on somebody else and violating their free will, I mean, you got to see, where is my intention in that? What is it pure? So, and Sarah says, I tried remote seduction before. It works, but felt wrong. Had to stop that shit. Thank you for saying that. If it feels wrong, it's probably not. Go with that. If it feels wrong, it's probably not good.
But then there's the part of us doing that along our journey, right? At some point or the other, for good purposes.
And I've done it too. In my naivety, I did it too. And then like Sarah Walker said, it feels wrong. And so I actually stopped all of that. I was like, I'm not even going to focus on him at all. I'm going to focus on me. And if he wants to join and have a cup of tea with me in meditation, that's his choice. So when you're communicating with your divine masculine, I know with me in my journey, I would always ask that he join me with his permission. Okay, it's like, I'm going to put it in cop terminology, right? If you commit a crime in your house, Anna, do I have, and it's alleged, it's not proven beyond a reasonable doubt. In accordance with, the U.S. Constitution and the Fourth Amendment, I can't just fucking walk into your house. And so we need to liken that to spirit world too. We can't just, break the Fourth Amendment here, illegal search and seizure, and violate people's space. And in the Constitution, even it has like curtilage, the reasonable expectation of privacy and things like that. We don't want to do it to spy. And if you do feel the need to spy and I'm going to uplift the frequency to observe, then you have to ask yourself, at what place, at what energy are you in? Are you coming from a desperate place, the need to know, the need to control? Or are you coming from a place of just, I want to send him light. That's it.
I just want to connect and that's it. No expectations, nothing. Right? But that's one thing. We do that along our journey, and that's normal, no judgment here. We've all been through that as well. But what we were discussing today was how people actually use that in their services, right?
Yes.
I do not approve and I do not support. I don't think that's a healthy way. That's a healthy approach to spirituality, let alone if people are charging for sessions to do that. I don't think it's healthy, and I don't think it should be applied. At least when I do my sessions, what I do is I always call upon my and if some of you here already has sessions with me, I always call upon their higher self to give me the highest messages for their highest purpose. That's my mission. Nothing else. I don't spy on what's going on the other side. I don't, I explore both sides of the connection, and I see how I can blend them and create a bridge between the two energies, right? To blend them.
It's a communion energy.
Exactly.
Okay, so you're in the vibration of 3. I'll put it like this. When I'm communicating in session with somebody's higher self or their divine masculine embodiment, which are usually walked in by ascended masters or archangels with me, and then they speak for them. And when I ask this to come in, we're in the vibration of 3. I'm in 3 and the client is in 3. And then this energetic synapsis happens and it puts us in that 6 vibration, that communion energy. This is fourth dimensional. That's what it is. And this is where spirit meets matter. And then when you're able to identify the information that's coming back and forth, you're in the vibration of 9, completion, harmonization. And you're really able to streamline the energy. That's when I get a bunch of flash symbols. I'll get pictures. I'll get phrases of words and things like that. But when a client asks me, what is he thinking about me right now? I couldn't possibly tell you what he's thinking in the 3D. And anybody that claims that they can is full of fucking shit. Sorry.
You said it. Reach it, girl.
I can only talk to their guides and say, what is he thinking in 3D? You know him in 3D. What is he thinking? Well, they'll show me a symbol or a phrase or something like that to help them.
And sometimes I get songs, I get smells,
Yeah.
feelings, sensations, all of it. But to get into the mind of going into remote viewing, and because here's the thing, if you are providing services, it should always be for the highest purpose of your client, always, no matter what. That should
Yeah,
be only
absolutely.
your only mission. It's not to get them in doubt, confusion, trapped in fear. No, you should be doing soul empowerment, soul activation, soul mission, you know, and boosting them into their
Yeah.
highest purpose. How is that for their highest purpose? You know, like, oh, he's thinking this and that, and you know,
Yeah.
it's
And
also an
that's a big
empowerment.
one. That's a big thing too, is like that causes a disempowerment. And that's why I
Yeah,
kind of like I learned throughout the way. I was like, well, I can't allow myself to become somebody's pocket Pele, where they just ask me questions about when, where, what, why, how,
yeah,
and then they don't do any self-healing. They don't do anything. So when I know people on here have had sessions with me, and I cover mission, I cover healing, I cover karmic blocks, I cover past lives if it comes up,
yeah,
and if it's a repeating pattern in the block
yeah.
wherever you're stuck right now.
Mhm.
And I also cover like different meditations that they're saying would be beneficial to you,
Yeah,
and also personal messages from the archangels or whatever ascended master. And lately I've been having these crazy cosmic beings come in for people. It's been
awesome.
really cool, the gateways and
Yeah,
stuff. And the more open that a person is to their actual ascension process, the easier it is. So you could actually
and
make me and Anna's job
yeah,
really,
and
really
you
easy
actually,
by staying
yeah,
open
yeah.
to
And you
everything.
actually receive, when you connect with a client like that, you actually receive a lot more information. And right, and the messages are more amplified, and everything is, you know, according to the person that you have in front of you. But yeah, I do think that it's disempowering, extremely
Yeah.
disempowering.
You know what?
Um,
Roseanne is really going to like this. Roseanne, are you still in the house? Because you're really going to like this one. Because I did some research on remote viewing in Project Stargate, and there are celebrities and CEOs that have claimed to use this for their success. And I'm just going to to put this in perspective. These three stuck out to me as have using remote viewing to get rich, basically. George Soros, he is the Hungarian investor, hedge fund person, looks like a reptilian. Um, then we have Conrad Hilton, who owns all the Hilton hotels. And then we have Akio Morita, who is the co-founder of Sony. And I'm just like, wow, they use remote viewing to gather intelligence on their competitors so that they could just rule and dominate, basically. I
yeah.
was just like, there you go. Illuminati and Cabal affiliated is remote viewing to me. Okay. Without getting too much into that beast, I was just
Yeah.
like, look at that. The monsters in the details right here. I was like, George Soros claims to have used remote viewing to have, bring suffering upon others. It's like, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Kelly's just like, surprise, surprise, right? So I just to put that in perspective, I did do my research. You can confirm this on Google.
Yes, you did your
Yeah.
homework.
What's another one
Um,
other than remote viewing? Let's talk about distance healing. Okay, this one
oh yeah,
comes up a lot.
yeah. Let's do it.
Tiffany says Soros is probably one of the most corrupt, evil people on this planet alive. Yes, and he's using remote viewing. So
Yeah.
there we go. Oh, that's interesting. But okay, I'm going to talk about distance healing. Anybody that tells you that you can't heal yourself and that you need this distance healing, full of shit. You are more than capable of doing this on your own. And that makes me wonder, like, okay, what's their intent? What's their intent? Are they coming from a place of integrity and purity or not? And I don't do distance healings. I don't do healings. I just talk and I give you homework and then you can
Yeah.
research it and do the healing on
Exactly.
yourself. So yeah, what are
We
your
try to
thoughts
collect
on
it.
distance healing and distance energy work and things like that?
Well, you know, I'm very mindful of my own energy, right? And I do think that I do think that it's dangerous that some people give permission to have their energy worked by other people. But I also think that you give permission for other entities to engage with your energy, even if you're just following a channel on YouTube and watching their videos constantly.
Yep, you're
You're
merging with
giving
their energy
permission.
at that point.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You're literally giving permission for your energy to be connected with theirs. So that's why I say so many times, drop channels, drop energy forecasts and anything that doesn't empower you. And that if you watch a video, if you watch an energy forecast and by the end of it, you're trapped in fear, doubt, and confusion, please don't. Do yourself a favor. Please don't. Because I really believe that we put a lot of energy and we give permission for our energy to be put out there with a lot of small things that we do and a lot of small things that we engage in, right? And again, no judgment. I've been through the saga of watching every energy forecast and, you know, looking every blog and all of it. I've been there. I'm not judging. But I really think that it's very dangerous.
Oh yeah, big time.
And
That's why I had to detox off the groups and off the twin flame videos in my journey in the beginning before I came out on a YouTube. I had not watched a twin flame YouTube video for about 3 years, you
yeah,
know, before that, because I saw
freedom.
what it was doing to me. I saw, and I was like, I'm a monster. Like, it's turning me into a monster. Like, this is bad. It's making
Yeah,
me depressed. Fuck
yeah.
this.
But then the thing is, you start to watch a very specific channel, right? And you start to follow them. And then the more you follow them, the more the messages resonate with you. And you go like, oh my God, she's really speaking to me, really speaking to me. Obviously, you put your energy there. So you're
Yeah.
associating yourself with that wave of energy that is happening, right? And then
Yeah.
it doesn't matter where the information is coming from. It
So then you
doesn't
have
matter
to
if
ask
it's coming.
yourself, is this a YouTube teacher that's in the place that you want to be in? That's what I did. I went outside of the Twin Flame Collective on my journey, and I went to the general angel mediumship channels and things like general, very general. Michelle Patterson with Angel Souls 444 is one that I went to.
Mhm.
And then I followed what's that guy? He's the African American guy that, what's his name? He teamed up with Teal Swan for a little bit.
Oh
Infinite
yeah,
Waters.
Ralph
Infinite
Smart.
Waters.
Ralph Smart.
Archangel
Yeah,
Michael's like Infinite Waters. Okay. I
yeah,
was like,
it's Ralph
yes. I
Smart.
watched him. I watched like a bunch of like ascension coaches and stuff
Yeah,
and help mind body spirit coaches and stuff. And I got all away from all twin flame things. Yes, yes, it
yeah,
was Infinite Waters.
yeah,
So, and so you have to ask yourself, if you're watching a twin flame teacher, like I said, I bless the fucking day. I get 0 views, and you guys have noticed I'm not posting videos on YouTube anymore. Have you noticed that?
yeah,
Because like I bless the day I get 0 views, because then that means all twins are in union. And I'm
yeah,
just like, oh, because that was the vow I kind of made. Well, not really vow. I use that very lightly because I
yeah.
sever all vows. but but yeah, you have to ask yourself, is this teacher in the place that I want to be? I would pick teachers that were in the place that I wanted to be in. And so
Absolutely.
you can
Yeah,
sense it in their videos.
yeah. And you actually you would feel empowered after watching it, right? Like with the Ralph Smart from Infinite Waters. You watch a video of him and you get all pumped up, right? He's all excited
Yeah.
and you know you feel empowered, right? You feel happy.
He's got good videos about how to decalcify the pineal gland. I was like, I didn't
Yeah,
know pineapple could do that. I was like,
yeah.
oh, I'm time to get a bunch of pineapple, and then I broke out in hives everywhere. That's when I found out I was allergic to pineapple. I was
Well,
like, shit.
you can't win them all, huh? He's an
Yeah.
extreme vegan though. He has very radical diet, but he's
Yeah.
good. He's good. He has a lot of good advice. I'm actually not catching up with the comments here.
Yeah.
But Wayne was saying something about the energy healing. Let me see if I can.
He said I think he said it was like it's a real thing, but it shouldn't be relied on as a crutch.
It's a crutch. Yeah, yeah, it is. But you know, it's, and I'm not saying that it's not possible to do energy, distant healing on any of that. I'm just saying be mindful where you where you put your trust, and your energy. Obviously, if you're feeling a little bit low, I still believe that you can heal yourself anyway. It's just a matter of
Yeah.
remembering your skills
Even
and
when
your
people
ability.
purchase, I've had distance healings with Kelly Kay. You guys know that. I
Mhm.
knew, but I tested her out first. I had Archangel Michael with me, and I was just like, I'll test her out. And so I went into my meditative space, just like she told me to, and I saw what she was doing inside of my field. I could see what she was doing. And then
Yeah,
when she called me back to let me know that the healing was done, she was able to explain everything that I saw. So it was
yeah,
pretty awesome. So yeah, Absolutely.
I have exactly the same situation with someone, and we do it often. And I am able to describe what's happening, and you know, and it all adds up. But again, it's just a matter of be mindful who you give permission to play up with your energy. Be mindful of
Yeah.
that. And especially now, I do feel like there is this, I don't even know how to explain it, but like when I tap into the collective, there are so many fractions of different stages of, you know, some of them awakening now, some of them trapped in the fear of the union not happening, in that doubt and confusion, you know. And then there's a part of the collective feeling kind of like isolating themselves and cutting themselves off from everything else, which is a good thing. But there are so
Mm-hmm.
many fractions, right? And then in between the fractions, there are, you know, things that are not so pleasant, and people who are not having really good intentions towards unions and soul mission and all of that, right? So
Yeah.
it is paramount that people just be mindful of who they trust, where they put their energy, who they give
Mm-hmm.
permission to, right? And just understand that giving permission sometimes it's not just saying I allow you to do something, right? It's just the amount of focus and attention that you put on someone that you're interacting with, right?
Yeah. Oh,
Um,
my old supervisor's in here. Oh, you used my regular Facebook. Hi, Scott.
I am not
He knows
catching
what I
up with
do. It's
you.
all good. I saw Josh join in here too. I was like, dude, you're not gonna vibe with this. He pulled me out of a ditch once when I was stuck out in the snow for 4 hours.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, and the other thing about energy healing, and it always makes me feel very confused when people say that they feel exhausted after doing energy healing with someone. And I always have to ask, how do you feel exhausted? I actually feel higher and more energized every time I have to do energy healing to someone,
Yeah.
right? More than anything, because you're just you're
I think
just
that's
being a
on your end,
channel.
Scott.
Who is it? Scott.
Scott said
Did
his
audio
audio cut
cut?
out. Yeah.
Is that on my end? I think it's his end. It didn't cut out for me. No, but it's just a matter of you're just a channel for the energy to go through you and to heal the other person that you're interacting with. You're not using your energy. You're literally just being a channel for that energy to be applied somewhere else, right? Um, so yes, in terms of that, I just wanted to.
Jennifer's asking a good question here.
What about energy healers that are guided by spirit? Exactly, but that's what I was saying, right? You just work as a channel for that energy to flow through you and be applied on the person that you're doing the healing with, right? You're not using your own energy, or at least you shouldn't. But that's, again, that's my truth, that's my opinion, that's what I believe in. If you work as an energy healer, you operate from the higher dimensions, and your body, your vessel is just a channel for that energy to flow through you, right? Very careful to assist them in their higher and greatest good. Are you saying I should stop offering energy work to clients? No, Geneva, that's not what I'm saying. But I would say, and obviously I can't make the decision for you, that's a personal choice. What I am saying is make sure that you are, how do I put this in a way that makes sense? Make sure that you are being of service without you being the service, right? You're just the messenger. You are literally the channel to receive the energy from spirit and to heal your clients. Yeah, it's basically up to discern. I agree.
Oh, I do want to touch on Leah's question here. I've had people ask me to do readings for other people they know, like their dad, etc., and I'm like, no.
Yeah,
Thank you for that.
yeah,
I got to have their
absolutely.
permission first. Usually they understand it after I explain that. Yes, thank you. I thought that was going to have a question, but that was really good.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Awakening on steroids. Rule 101 is that you're just a channel, all comes from higher source. Absolutely, Patty. There is no I in energy work. There is no I in energy work. I like that. Yeah. Okay.
Cool. So that's something to keep in mind then.
Yeah.
When somebody kind of advertised that I'm the only one that can do this for you and unlock all 12 meridians and chakras in your body. Like
Yeah.
that, I've seen that. I've run into that in my personal journey.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah,
gotta
but
be on the lookout for that then.
yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Same thing as people saying, Jesus, and I don't want to go deep into this, but people who say that I will bring you into union. I will make it happen.
Yeah,
Right?
no, the only
I have
person that can make that
programs to
happen
bring
is
you
you.
into union. And it is scary and it is dangerous. Nobody can bring you into union but yourself. You are the one. You are the one who needs to do the work, the homework, the healing, the transmuting, all of that good stuff. It's you. It's your union. It's your journey. Nobody else can be selling programs on how to manifest your union and bring you into union. Or at least I don't believe. Any advice for effective clearing protection? Scott asks.
I smudge.
I smudge the crap out of me, my house, my
I smudge. I got
everything.
salt lamps. I
Yeah.
got, Archangel Michael.
The funny thing for me is I have my salt lamp on every single, all the time during the day.
Yeah.
Just,
I
it's
also have
on
a
all the time.
grass braid, that I put over my bed and things like that.
Yeah.
And it's also, shielding and clearing stuff we don't need to overcomplicate it either. You can exercise domain of your space and just say, I clear out all negative energy, cancel, clear, delete it now. And
Yeah.
then make sure you're filling your space with the light vibrations afterwards. We don't
Absolutely.
want to leave it too neutral.
No, but for me, I also do that. I just smudge the house and I just go around and I claim the space is mine. This is my sacred space, Nobody is allowed to enter here without my permission, my invitation, my invocation. It's mine, get out. And then
Okay,
you can invite in
Sarah. Ooh, that's a good question. She said, do you think visualization, law of attraction interferes with divine timing? No, because that's a cosmic law, in my opinion. I'm going to give my take first.
Go for
Because
it.
it's you guys have seen The Secret and stuff, and there's 12 cosmic laws, that the universe operates on, that's, physicists, astrophysicists, cosmologists, they've been able to tap into.
Yeah.
But it works all in tandem with all 12 laws. So when you are visualizing, you are creating your reality, right? The law of attraction and The Secret say that you are the author of your own life, right? We're co-creating with the divine. So when you're using visualization techniques and things like that, you're working with a lot of cosmic laws, frequency, vibration, correspondence, cause and effect. And so no, and you might be expediting the divine timing of things by
Yeah.
using that energy, depending on what your energy is. But visualization is a very powerful tool to use, as long as you're mixing in what your thoughts with emotions. Also, I merge my physical senses in with that too when I'm using my visualization techniques, feeling it, putting myself in it completely.
Yeah.
And that can really expedite it. So
Yeah, absolutely. Because you're visualizing actually yourself in a higher state, right? You're always aiming to be, on the highest timeline, on your highest purpose, moving towards where you need to go, right? So you constantly, what is it? Who was it? So you constantly, if you're constantly moving into a higher timeline, then yes, it helps. Hackett sweats if you don't have that salt lamp turned on. Learn that the hard way. Okay.
good.
I pray that through this nothing. Oh, it's a prayer. Okay. I had a psychic sell me an energy cleanse for $277 last year. Wow. She said it would speed up union and take 2 to 6 weeks to happen. It's been almost 10 months on no union. Yeah, Jennifer. Yeah.
That reminds me of you know what? I went to somebody, like, just for fun. I went to a psychic once, and when I lived in California, because they're everywhere in California.
Yeah.
And this lady, like, she was able to pick up on some things. She was able to pick up, at that time, I was pregnant. And I wasn't showing. There was no way she could have fucking known that. And
Yeah.
and she was able to pick up on that. And then right when the session was done, oh, you're cursed in love, and you're cursed in this, and you're cursed in that. $900, and I could break all these curses for you. I was like, go fuck yourself.
Wow.
I'll be out of here. So
She
you
has
gotta
an
be careful.
expert.
There are there's predatory readers out there.
Yeah, a bunch of them. A bunch of them. And it's not,
I've actually bought there, in the Twin Flame Collective, I got victim to that a few times.
you did?
Yeah, like, and I spend a lot of money in the beginning of my journey.
Yeah. No, I was lucky
So,
enough to not, well, I had one experience, it's very public. Let's not get in there.
yeah.
But please no. But I was lucky actually. I only got good people. But yeah. But you know what? It's one thing for us because we already have the discernment and we're already aware of those things and we don't get into it. But we have to understand that there's a bunch of people awakening now and looking for help and going online, looking for channels, looking for blogs. And some of them will fall for it, I spent 33, so did I,
There's a
Janet.
lot of people from my Facebook in here, from
Okay.
now my personal page, people that they're probably like, what the fuck are they talking about? Like, oh,
That's why I don't think readers. Some are fake, but everybody reads differently. Yes. These people, luckily, not all the psychics are there for money. Yes, absolutely. It's just a matter of, and we actually, I wrote about that last year. Wasn't really well received for some people who
yeah,
had a lot of free time on their hands to send me emails about that article.
yeah.
God. And I remember you talking about it as well, right? How to see if a reader is for you, right? How to identify what are the signs that person is not for you. She's just not a reader. Go look for someone else, right?
Yeah.
It's more important for the younger, for the early stages of this journey than for us, right? Yes,
Yeah.
Mike, you did too, Mike.
I was laughing. I've just been reading the comments.
Yeah.
This live stuff, man, it pushes you out of your comfort zone. I challenge everybody to put themselves out there like this. Like, I'm seeing a bunch of people that probably had no idea what I do in here, and that's okay.
Well, getting out of the spiritual closet.
Yep, that's what it is.
But we were talking about that as well today, huh? That everybody is being guided, or not everybody, but many of us are being guided to just put yourself out there. Put yourself
I'm sure
out
you
there,
guys can
right?
see a bit of the resistance coming, like, oh shit, but you know what? It is what it is. Like, they'll learn
Embrace
eventually.
it. Just embrace it.
Yeah, Tiffany, it was all divinely guided.
Janet, maybe this video is supposed to be getting exposure. Yeah.
Yeah, I got my old boss in here. I got Eric's cousin in here. My aunt showed up for a little bit. I'm just like, whoa. I was like, I forgot that you added me as for my personal, and it gives notifications. She's live right now.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
This is the wrinkle in time. It's for real.
Hot flashes.
Oh, but I'm praying that, this helps somebody out there. Just, shit.
Yeah.
Remote viewing. I don't trust it because, like Project Stargate. The government used it. Initially, it was to see how it could be applied to military intelligence operations in 1975. And it was declassified in the 1990s. So if you want to look it up yourself, Project Stargate.
Yeah. No, but that was something that we wanted
I
to bring up.
know. That's all everybody's energy.
Yeah. You can, huh?
Yeah,
Anything that
Tiffany is calling me out.
is.
Janet, you're turning red.
Oh,
I
Tiffany.
know I am. It must be the tea.
Yeah, right.
I should have drank a beer. It's too early.
Okay.
And
Listen,
you
you
know
still
what?
on
I
time.
am going to talk about alcohol and spirituality
Please
at a
do.
later time. Not this time, but I would love to talk about alcohol and drug use and spirituality and stuff. And what I
Yeah.
mean by drug use, I mean like having to take ibuprofen and Motrin and other things like that. Not the other stuff, the illegal stuff.
Yeah. Third time,
I'm what?
lucky. I hope you
Who
guys see
said
this.
I'm pregnant? That is not cool, Moran.
Mike, can either of you explain why we're getting headaches? There's a bunch of people having migraines and headaches. I am not, to be honest.
I'm not either.
I haven't had a headache in a very, very, very long time. Very
You
long
better be
time.
joking, Moran. Don't you put that evil on me. I have.
But I would say, yeah, someone is saying that the new downloads. For me, what I saw, and I talked about it on the article that I wrote about the mental union. I do feel like every time, because I saw an energetic union happening and then a mental union happening, and the next one will be emotional, right? And I described it as though those statues that come together, you know, in Georgia. Have you seen that? There's a statue
Yeah.
of a woman and a man that come together and they
Yes.
blend
Yes.
perfectly.
Yep.
That's how I saw it, right? And it was happening in terms of your energy and then your mental space and then your emotional space and then ultimately the physical union, right? And
Yeah.
as we enter all of these mergings, these merges and the mental union especially was a heavy one. I did feel that a lot of people were having headaches and migraines. I haven't, to be honest. I think the only symptoms I've experienced is my sacral being very out of whack. I have a lot of, cramping and stuff like that, but that was it. I did have this morning, I was feeling a bit dizzy and kind of shaky for a while,
Mm-hmm.
but it went away. Headaches, I haven't had them, but I would say that it's all about the integration of the mental union and that energetic union and the emotional union that is happening between twins.
Yeah. Well, I think Joelle kind of beat me to it, but she's talking about the solar flares and CMEs in the last several days. We're gonna get hit with another one on the 6th of April too that I saw on Space Weather. So sorry, hang in there.
Have another day to rest or two.
Yeah. Hi, Angela. Yeah, and you know what? Last week it was like all lower chakras for me. This week I'm like high. I'm just super high this week. So if you
Yeah.
are clearing out the lower chakras, you will get a relief very soon. And we're all taking turns on this. We don't have to go through this all together. I do see that we're all taking turns in how we process these energies. You guys heard me
Absolutely.
a
Yeah.
week and a half ago. I was clearing out a lot of sacral energy and a lot of abuse and trauma and rape and things like that. Like I was clearing out that type of energy in dream space. And then when one thing I have noticed too, and Mike, I know you talked about the headaches and everything. This is when we're getting the symptoms in the crown chakra and the high chakras like that, and where the pineal is and the pituitary gland. This is where we're getting a lot of timeline convergence and jumping and collapsing and things like that. And it has, when it happens in dream space, our bodies really take a hit on it. I have noticed in the last week, dream space has been really fucking active, just chock full.
And
So
insane.
full, dream to dream to dream, and it hasn't yet converged into my physical reality, and this will be confirmed through like some type of deja vu. I know Justin McDermott, he had shared a article about a different form of deja vu, and I thought it was a precognition, and that was, I forgot what it was called, like deja reve or some shit. But I'm gonna have to find that article and I'll reshare it, and I think everybody should read that because it's a difference between deja vu and what was happening with me. Like I was getting it like 20 times a day. It was crazy.
Yeah.
So
I've experienced that, but not just how often it happens, but the duration of it, right?
yeah.
It's not just a split second that you like, oh, this is a deja vu. No, it's a long one. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't stop. Like I've been here and I've been here and I've been here and I've been, like it continues. Okay, Roberta is asking,
you and I
And
had talked too. It's like instant manifestation for me lately. Like
yeah, absolutely.
if I'm getting guided to talk about a topic, they will throw it in my face for several days until I
Yeah,
finally do it. And it keeps
yeah,
manifesting. The problem keeps manifesting until I finally talk about it, and then I put it to
absolutely.
bed. So if this
Yeah,
is happening with you, yeah, if the same situations with different people are coming up, like it's instant manifestation. They're trying to get you to get it out and talk about it or something.
yeah,
So the
that's
first
beautiful.
one was like how far to push the divine masculine in his
Yeah.
process. And like they had been showing me that through clients for the last 3 days in a row. And then
Hmm.
finally they're like in my shower, he's like, how far should you push? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
okay, I'll do the video. I'll do the video.
yeah.
So
Yeah, but it does make sense. Yeah, I was writing the other day also about the need for humility,
yes.
of not always thinking that, I'm the one who's awake and my twin is not. I'm the one doing the work, he's not. You know,
Hmm.
just bring it down a notch, sister,
Yeah.
We're all doing different types of work. We're all on the same journey, and a little bit of humility is needed. Okay, Anna, are you going to get more into the emotional union stage like you did with the mental one? Yes, Roberta, absolutely, absolutely. As soon as this starts to quiet down a little bit of the mental union, I will definitely write again about the emotional union. Uh, Fatigue and upset tummy. Yeah, and there's a lot of people also feeling very exhausted, and sleepy.
That was me all last week.
Thought my head was going to explode on the full moon.
You know, the blue moon was it was yeah, I did a little post on this, like my midheaven, which is the sign in career and life purpose and mission, is in Aries. And so when the sun moves into Aries, I'm just like, fuck yeah, let's go. And then that blue moon, that was like my Libra. I mean, it was in Libra, and that's my
Yeah,
sun sign. So it was like,
yeah,
whoa, for me, it was all about purpose and mission and really thinking bigger, thinking a
yeah,
lot bigger, beyond twin flames, beyond, just North Dakota, or even
yeah,
beyond my Facebook page and things like that. That's why I started doing the Patreon stuff. And so like if you are feeling that, like that Aries energy, that charge, take leadership stuff, and then that moon was like, hold up, hold up, hold up. You got to clear this shit out first.
yeah,
And you got to really think about this. You got to start making some decisions. And
yeah,
that's what it did for me. So I'm praying that it motivated a lot of other people to start making decisions about what path they're going to go. And that's what
yeah,
it was. It was about blazing new fucking trails.
yeah, absolutely. But it's exactly what you were saying. It's almost like I go like, "Hey, Janet, let's go out. Let's spend the day out. Let's go have a picnic, right?"
Yeah.
And it's like, it's a great idea, but what do we need to take, right? And then
Yeah.
go and prepare the stuff, right? And we need to take food and drinks and this and that and a blanket, and it's that preparation moment now, right?
The
Okay,
logistics.
okay, you
Yeah.
have that, you have that. It's a great idea. Go get it. You can get it. It's yours. But get ready first, right? Don't jump steps. Uh, Anna, are you in 3D union? Yes, you may ask. Uh, no, I'm not. 6th of April. I've been intentionally clearing my sacral chakra this past week. My energy has been all swirly. Yes. There's some confirmation out there that some of the headaches are related to third eye blocks. I haven't
Could
read
be.
about
It
it, but
just, I guess it depends
yeah,
on where it's at. Is it more in
yeah,
the crown area or is it in the pineal?
yeah. I thank God, I'm not even complaining. I did not experience that. What I did experience is very active dream space, completely insane,
Yeah.
completely
We're doing
insane.
all the timeline collapsing. But I did see an article. It was really interesting. They were like, the energies have been so intense for the last 2 weeks that it's even been challenging a lot of the most seasoned light workers, the light workers that really like into this for like the last 20, 30 years. Like they
Yeah.
were drowning in it too. So, I mean, we're all in this together.
Hmm.
Let's suffer together. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh dear.
No.
Deja vu, seeing again. Yes, rightly low.
Oh, you're way behind.
Am I?
Yeah.
Jesus, yeah, I was. Okay, but I think we didn't miss anything, right?
No, we're good.
We're
Well,
good.
I'm glad that I finally got to do this with you, though, and it was
Yeah.
obviously it was divinely guided since we didn't have any problems seeing as Mercury
No.
is still in retrograde.
Yeah.
So,
So suck
yeah,
it up.
that's pretty awesome. But I'm praying that this kind of helped everybody in here to get a little bit more perspective about, some things that I
Yeah.
saw. I mean, like I don't trust some things, and just know that the truth is always the most authentic truth that you can get is here. It's within you.
Yeah.
And so I kind of, like I said, I call myself the waitress, the spiritual waitress. I didn't cook the fucking
Absolutely.
food. I just bring it and that's it.
Yeah.
And you eat it and stuff. I
Yeah.
mean, just like, I didn't cook it though. And I make sure that the water
Absolutely.
glass is full so you don't yell at me and put a penny in there.
Exactly. Absolutely. And I actually say to my clients, I actually say that it's a soul reminder. It's like we live in like a sorority kind of environment, and they said like, hey, wake me up in the morning when you wake up. Can you come and wake me up and remind me of what I need to do, right? So
Yeah,
it's just a soul reminder. My sessions are
yeah.
just a soul reminder. It's just like, hey, what was I supposed to do again? Oh yeah, right, that. Right? But
No,
everything else comes from me.
Roseanne asked, will your higher self and guides trick you? I want you to answer that.
I
Sometimes we feel
don't
that
care.
way. Sometimes it feels like a sick fucking game, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But,
I don't
like I
I
said, the
don't think so.
superconscious always
Yeah.
chooses the highest and greatest good of the whole planet, not just your
Hmm.
individual experience, because it's
Yeah.
collected in the unified field of consciousness, even
Hmm.
if that means pushing you into a dark night of the soul.
Yeah. I wouldn't call it trick though. I
Yeah,
would
I don't
say
feel
that
like the
they will.
universe tricks us.
No, it's not a trick. I would say that it is guidance, and again, it's a gift. It just comes in shitty paper.
And here's the thing too that I'm picking up too as well, Roseanne. And Kelly said it's only it's only if your ego lets them. Okay, so this is where when we're in a tough situation or in a tough energy, this phrase came to me a few weeks ago is like you have to find the benevolence in all things. Even past traumas, even negative emotions, you have to find the benevolence. The
Yeah.
minute that you find the benevolence in it, the minute you liberate yourself from that.
Yeah. Then you're free. Then you're free. That's it. Yeah. And you don't hold on to resentment for your experiences,
Hmm.
right?
Yep, there we go. Yeah, we
That's
don't
the
want to.
point.
Resentment breeds a lot of other emotions.
Yeah. Yeah. But I was talking with someone the other day, and funny enough, it came up in our conversation. She started talking about something, and she said, I didn't even know I was still resentful of this just now
Yeah,
when I started talking to you. And I said, yeah, but you can't be happy about where you are today and be resentful of your past. You can't have it both ways, right?
yeah,
If you're happy about your journey and where you are today, then you also need to be happy about everything that happened to you before, because it all led you here. You
yep,
can't be resentful of your past if you're happy about your present, right? So just be
yeah,
happy about it all. Thank people that helped you get there, even if it was a shitty package. You know,
yeah.
send them a fruit basket,
I know what
thank
you
you
mean.
note. You know, send them a fruit basket and a thank you note, and just move forward. Just be happy.
Yes.
I meant you are your guides, higher self. So if you are in ego, it will be hard to connect. Thus, being in ego, you allow yourself to trick yourself. Mm. I'm so full of
That
love. It's
ego, that's a
stagnation.
tricky bastard.
Yeah, except for Hillary and the deep state, and I'm working on that.
Oh, girl, I got 20 fucking percent on my battery.
Okay, then let's close it off. I don't think we had anything else to say, right? The most important
Yeah,
thing was to pass on the message to get off the hamster wheel of giving your power away, right? Empower yourself. You are able to heal yourself, to have your own epiphanies, your own visions, your own meditations through your dream space. But it's just a matter of you trusting yourself more than anything. trust yourself. I say this so many times. It happens in many of my sessions that my clients go like, this is so much validation for what I've been feeling. And I'm like, then why don't you trust your intuition?
Yeah.
Right? If you already knew, like, trust it. Like, sometimes you do need a boost. You need the validation. You need an extra information to make sense of what you already knew within yourself, right? But you all have it. So trust yourself as much as possible. There is no right or wrong along this journey. If you do follow your heart, you can never get it wrong, right? It might take a little bit longer, a little bit shorter. It doesn't matter. It's your own journey. So do it the best way possible.
Another thing too that I've learned on this process too is sometimes we become codependent and disempower ourselves upon our guides and upon archangels and ascended masters and cosmic beings and things like that. And this was a tough lesson for me, you know. I didn't have the same support that I had this year as I did last year after I left the Ward County Sheriff's Office, where they came into my dreams to reassure me. They really guided me. They walked me. They made sure that I was okay. I knew and felt that they had my back and I was going to be okay. Yeah. Now this time around, with the changes that are happening and the progression and the different trajectory I'm going, there's none of that. They're not coming in my dreams as these three head angels working in my Akash and stuff. And so then I was like, why have you, like, you know, like what's going on? You need to tell me. And then they're like, you're disempowering yourself. You told us you were unbreakable. You were a self-master. And I was like, okay, so this brings me back to the old Ojibwe meditation where it says, sometimes the creator blinks. And he blinks because he trusts you. He trusts that you will make the right decisions.
Yeah, absolutely.
So if you're feeling like your guide's stuck coming in, that they're trying to tell you, you are too codependent upon our guidance. And you have wings and you can fucking fly now. We trust you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And the thing is, whether you succeed or fail, you still win, right?
Yeah.
You still win. Yes. You win with the experience, you learn a lesson, and you move on. And I always say, rejection is only redirection. Nobody is rejecting you because you're not worthy of having anything. They are redirecting you to something that it's more in alignment with yourself, right? So I love being rejected. I love it. Because then I know, okay, this is not the way to go. Yeah, I mean, for me, it's okay. This is one last thing that I have to worry about. This is not my place. This is not for me. So I only need to go look somewhere else. You know?
Yeah. You know what? I like to joke around too. I'm like, I want to be like Felicia. She's always going places. Like, be like Felicia. Bye, Felicia.
Bye, Felicia.
She's always going places. I'm going to be like Felicia.
That's going to be my new nickname for you, actually.
Well, I really enjoyed doing this. We should do this again sometime. Yes, I like this.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Love the rejection is redirection. Absolutely, Sharon. Yes, I love being rejected, honestly. No, but let's do it more often. Let's bring more soul empowerment. Let's help people raise their vibration and stay high up there towards your soul mission and towards your highest purpose. That should be your only concern. Move towards your highest purpose and your soul mission. That's the only place to go. Just like my psychiatrist all those years ago.
Oh my God, you're cracking me up, Roseanne.
Yeah.
Well, I am sending you guys so much love and light, praying you have an amazingly awesome day. The rest of the night, we're setting the intentions of clear, vivid dreams for the messages that your soul needs to hear, see, and feel right now. And I'm going to send that to you.
Absolutely. Okay, you guys, thank you for being with us. We'll be back soon with some more empowerment. And I am sending you a lot of love and a lot of light, and I am praying that you stay safe and protected within the power of your own heart. Yes. Big love to all of you.
Thanks, Anna.
Bye, Felicia.
Bye.
Bye, Chica. Love you.
Love you too.